Luke, I am your father. Oh, hey, today we're going to be looking at a USB-powered fan that also tells the temperature. It's 79 degrees Fahrenheit in here. That is really too warm. I need to turn the heat down. Anyway, this is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. Oh yeah, one more thing. Don't forget to check down in the description for my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you'd follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look into this fan to see if it's any good. La 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 la. I used to love doing that when I was younger. So here's our USB clock fan with temperature. It's what it looks like when it's spinning. You're supposed to be able to see with the LED the time and the temperature. It looks pretty cool. Let's do a quick unboxing. Alright, so I do want to say the directions are on the back. I will go over those, of course. And let's pop this thing out of its plastic. Alright, so this is a pretty heavy-duty metal cable into a really thick USB piece. I like that. I was worried about that piece. Let's look at the fan itself. This is definitely made out of a plastic material, and there are your LED strips inside one of these plastic fan blades. They are plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this into a USB, and then I'm going to show you how to set it, and then we'll try it into like our computer to see if it works there as well. To set this fan, actually you're setting the clock, you have to find this little button right under here. It's the on-off button. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push and hold. And as I'm pushing and holding, you notice that the minute hand just started blinking. So I can keep hitting this button if I wanted to, and I would be changing the minutes. The problem is, it's actually 4:30 right now, and so I'd have a lot of clicks before I got to 4:30. So if I were to hold that down again, you can see it start to whip around real fast. So when this hour hand gets around right about there, because it's after the 4, I'm going to click it a little bit till 4:30, and therefore I set the time. Now I just wait 6 seconds, the minute hand stops blinking, and we are set. What I'm going to do is, honestly, I just want to see how long this thing lasts. So I'm going to leave this thing run for a while and just keep checking in on it, because I wonder if this motor will wear down over time. I mean, I'm sure it will, but let's see how it does over a period of time. So I'm using my Vision Smart Wi-Fi camera model Mate A1 to check in on my USB clock fan with temperature. I've been checking in on this throughout the day, and it's been running for 22 hours straight and running strong. I'm pretty impressed with 1, the fan speed, and 2, it's still working. So, tell me, what do you think of this USB fan clock temperature thingamajigger? Is this something you would use? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. I will say it is 16 inches in length. It's not something it says on the packaging, so I measured it just to let you know. I have tested it on my laptop, and it worked just like it should. I plugged it in, pushed the button, and it cooled me down. The fan worked, the clock worked, the temperature worked. But I'm going to talk a little bit about my concern with that at the end. I was checking through camera footage, and I noticed that the clock looked choppy, and it is not choppy. It's actually pretty clear. Well, it's clear as it can be running off a fan that's spinning around, but I wanted you to know that. I did try messing with the settings here in the camera to get a clearer picture. I just wasn't able to do that, but I did want you to know it is a whole lot clearer. They also do recommend not to touch it. Not that it hurts, but I bet it can mess with the fan and break down over time. So it's about 5 o'clock. So what I want to do is I want to test to see how long this battery lasts. The directions tell us that we can unplug it and the battery will last. So I'm just going to check 30 minutes, and then over time I'll check some more, but I just want to check that now. So let's unplug this, and in 30 minutes we'll come back. Now for the moment of truth. This thing has been unplugged for 30 minutes. So we're going to plug it back in, aim it up, and oh, it didn't turn. Oh yeah, I got to push the button. All right, so we're going to push the button. Let's see, what time does it show us? 79 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a second hand. All right, so yeah, look, it's now 5:35. It was about 5 o'clock when we shut off, so it did save the time, and it kept it in a memory. That is pretty cool. Now, this was about 35 minutes that it was unplugged. Not that long of a period of time, so what I will do is over the next few weeks, I'll check it every day, every other day, to see if it still keeps the time, and I will post updates down in the description. In this video, we've been looking at a USB-powered fan, that's a clock, and it tells the temperature. You know this from watching any of my videos. I love technology, and this to me is really, really cool. I will say I ran this for a week straight. Now, you're not supposed to do that. It recommends 4 to 5 hours and giving it a break, and I did keep an eye on it over that week. But it ran, and it ran strong, and it kept me cool, and I really liked that. I will say it got louder over the period of time. Now, I'm not sure if that's just the thing moving, and therefore maybe the metal clicking on the metal, or I had it setting on a wooden Lazy Susan, or even just the spin power. All those things combined, could that been it? Maybe. I knew I could adjust it and such, and it got better, but then I could hear it again later, and that might be something that might bother you. I will say the directions do tell you, do not touch this. I have hit it, and it doesn't hurt, but it's annoying. Also, keep hair away from that, because that I absolutely could see being a problem. This is something that interests you. I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I was thinking about this fan and something worried me. So you might not be able to tell, but it like rocks a little bit or it's shaking, and it is plugged into a USB port. So my thought is, if I have this plugged into the USB port on my computer, will this little tiny shaking over time wear down that piece on my computer? I actually think it probably could. Now, has it done it yet? No. Why? Because I bought a power block, and that's what I plug it into. So it's a little less convenient. I can't just plug it into my side of my computer. Actually, I can. I just choose not to. But I wanted to point that out. That wobbling part worried me a little bit about breaking the USB. Now, I do like the fan. It cools me down. It does exactly what a fan is supposed to do, right? And I think the clock is cool. I just wanted to point out the part about the shaking USB that could be a potential problem. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of this USB powered fan. It is pretty cool, but always remember to be safe. So not that long ago, I actually did a review of a UFO drone. It actually wasn't this one that I reviewed, but it's one that's very, very similar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it right up here. The difference really is this one has a USB charger, and the one I reviewed does not. And this one has 4-way sensors, and the other one I reviewed had 2. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. And this one actually was a little less expensive. I have tested this thing out, and I love it. And I've linked this one in the description of the video right up here. So if you want to check out the UFO drone that I absolutely think is cool, click on this link right up here, and I will join you at that review. Go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.